Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's card is featuring the pumpkin house die set yet again because I had so much fun making the pumpkin cats. And I also have my stitched mug frame and I am going to make a pumpkin mug. I was super excited when I realized I could add the handle. So I have just cut the handle out from that mug die set and a coordinating color pumpkin. And I'm going to tip this one upside down so the flat part is actually on the top. And I am going to ink blend just a little bit with my antique linen distress oxide onto this pumpkin, just around the bottom. Next, I have my Kiritaki watercolor paints, and I am going to use this gold right here, number 91. I'm going to paint the handle, which I had to be really careful with this because this is not watercolor paper. It is not meant to take a lot of water. So I tried to keep it fairly thick. Also, I wanted the coverage to be pretty good, but these are pretty good paints. So I decided I would paint the handle gold. And then after that, I had contemplated adding like a gold rim to the top, but instead I just opted for some gold splatter. Now while I let that dry, I can work on my background. So I have my stamp positioner for this because I am using a large background stamp. I have one of the large stackable rectangle dies. I know I said that wrong. It's slightly different. I always have a hard time with that. I've cut it out, masked off the edges, and now I'm going to use this woven plaid background stamp, and I am going to stamp it in Hippo ink from Fawn. Now this was kind of difficult. I had a lot of gaps, so I basically had to do CPR on this thing in order to get it to stamp pretty well. And I mean, there's still some splotchy bits, but it doesn't really bother me. And due to the size of my mug, it will cover up quite a bit of that. So carefully peeling off the tape around the edges, and I decided I would like the edges of this to be gold. So I sort of somewhat carefully painted this thick watercolor along all of the edges. Now I got smart for this one. I'm actually using the wide rectangle brush or square brush or whatever you would call this. I don't know. I'm not a brush expert. I have several just cheap ones from Walmart. But usually I end up using whatever is just closest to me, which happens to be one of those like smaller round brushes. But nope, today I actually found one of the bigger ones so that I could sufficiently cover area better, and it actually worked really well for this border. Next, I have the stitched cupcake die set, and I have cut out a top, just one of the little icing tops for the cupcake. And I'm going to give it some slight color using just a small amount of that antique linen distress oxide, just so that it's not stark white. And then I decided I was going to sprinkle on some sand embossing powder. This is from Hero Arts. I kind of imagined this as like a pumpkin spice added to the top or something. I did not use any sort of embossing ink or anything to keep it up there. I just sprinkled it up there dry. So it did move around a little bit, but I didn't want large clumps of it. Next, I have the Ice Cream Used Cream die set, and I've used the little popsicle sticks, and I've cut out 2 of these in brown cardstock, and I'm going to add a little bit of detail to them. I just want them to look like cinnamon sticks. I don't know that I did the best job with this, but this is one of the things I didn't use a reference for. I just kind of went with whatever I thought looked good at the moment, which I think still looks fine. Next, I'm just going to assemble all my pieces with some liquid glue. Nothing fancy here. I thought about popping up the pumpkin mug, but then decided I would just secure it flat. I left everything else flat. And then I will work on my sentiment. After much digging to figure out which sentiment I would like to use, I found the Say What Christmas Critter stamp set and decided I would use Narwhal and Forest ink. Now the Forest ink is from a My Monthly Hero kit, so I don't know that that's available anymore. But I started with the Narwhal ink and then I stamp over it with the Forest ink just to kind of give it a similar green to the green that I'm going to use for the leaf that I add to my pumpkin mug. For the second half of my sentiment, I'm going to use the Pumpkin Spice Fawn stamp set as well as Princess Gold embossing powder and some embossing ink. And I'm going to stamp Pumpkin Spice at the bottom. So my whole sentiment reads, "Sending a little pumpkin spice." Now for this card, I figured this would be a really good card to send some sort of like coffee gift card in if you were going to do that. Of course, I'm really bad about sending cards. I mean, I have a few people I do send cards to, but most of the cards I make, they're just made because I enjoy making cards. Now, I did feel like my sentiment got lost just a little bit in the background, so I am taking a white gel pen and I'm just tracing around all of the letters so that it kind of stands out just a little bit more from the background. Now I can add my pumpkin mug to the center of my card. This was very satisfying for me. I really enjoyed this card. And then I decided I was going to add my little leaf and the little twirl. I don't actually know, just some part of the pumpkin plant. I just wanted to add a little bit more color to this card, and I'm going to add a little bit of veining detail with a green marker. This isn't supposed to stand out a whole lot. I just wanted to give it a little bit more contrast, similar to the other pumpkin pieces. After that, my card is complete. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!